the Archbishop's private appeal for Catholic high schools. It's about our faith and our future. It's about our children and passing on our faith through our Catholic high schools.
I would argue that Catholic secondary education is probably more critical today than it's ever been in our history. My biggest dream for every young person that goes to our schools is whether they're going to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, whether they're going to have a friendship with Jesus Christ, and a love for His church. And if they have those two things, no matter what happens the rest of their lives, they're going to have an anchor and a strength.
You have to cater to the mind as well as the heart. You just lose them. The culture is tremendously good at sapping people of their faith. So being able to sow the seeds at this particular age well is of the utmost importance.
God's number one, and being able to come into a school and be able to talk about your faith is, it's so important, and people don't criticize you because they're all at the school for the same reason. They're there for the Lord and for the faith, but they're also there to learn the academic part of it. It completes everything. It kind of makes you one. God's presence and a Catholic education, they go hand in hand. Therefore, the goal of the private appeal is to raise a minimum of $14 million to address the educational needs of the Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas, including at least $6 million to help retire the debt at St. James Academy in Lenexa, at least $5 million to jumpstart the endowment at Bishop Ward High School in Kansas City, a minimum of $1.5 million to offset the debt at Hayden High School in Topeka, overall support for scholarship assistance to any Catholic high school in the Archdiocese, and $600,000 for an archdiocesan-wide faith initiative for all Catholics. Collectively, each gives rise to the ultimate need for a Catholic education. St. James Academy was founded in 2005 with 124 students in its original student body. Next fall, the school will be brimming with more than 700 students. Due to the economic downturn in 2008, resulting in lower initial enrollment and higher than expected construction costs, the school faces significant debt at $11 million. The Archbishop's private appeal will target a minimum of $6 million towards St. James' debt, the goal being to eliminate or greatly reduce that debt at St. James Academy.
We have a wonderful administration. We've got great academic leadership. We are obviously seeing the mission of the school being fulfilled, and the best way for us to fulfill it further is if we can get rid of this debt. The debt is kind of that black cloud that's sitting above our head right now that we're trying to manage and deal with. The positive is, with the number of students in our school, our operational budget is online and it's on target.
Establishing a strong and vital endowment at Bishop Ward High School is one of the key components of the Archbishop's private appeal, with $5 million directed toward this Wyandotte County anchor, which serves a large and diverse Catholic community in Kansas City. With more than 400 students enrolled for this coming fall, the enrollment and operating numbers of the school are healthy, but tuition assistance and long-term stability for the school are critical.
We need the endowment as part of our sustainability plan that was approved by the board and by the Archbishop, because we have a plan to get us, we're a 104 years old school, and to get us to the next 100 years. We need that endowment to cover the gap of what the families can afford to pay and what it costs per pupil, what it costs to run the school. A lot of our families, they're all paying tuition. They're all hardworking parents, a lot of them 2 jobs, some 3 jobs to make this work. And we just need to help them out just to make this a possibility for them.
Where we are right now, there's lots and lots of poor kids. I think having the money to go to a place like Bishop Ward it's unfathomable that you can't do that. You got to have the money to go to get a good education, and if that provides it here at Bishop Ward, that's what we need. That $5 million is really, really important.
Hayden High School has been supported by the parishes in Topeka for years, but the school has moved to a tuition-based model to stabilize its $2.6 million debt. The Archbishop's private appeal will funnel $1.5 million to Hayden High School to eliminate debt. The school will accommodate the remaining shortfall through its regular operating budget.
It's critical that we address debt issues and address the stability of our schools. And I think that the campaign to assist with that is critical. I think that in passing on the faith that there are costs associated with that, but in education, it's extremely critical that we find a way to help fund our schools, help make it possible for people of all economic backgrounds to have the privilege of attending our schools, and do everything that we can to make that opportunity available.
Growing in their relationship with Jesus is the top priority for students at St. James, Bishop Ward, and Hayden, but so too is an excellent education.
The teachers really challenge you. They see, we were a pretty smart school, so they really see that and they push us even further. The teachers are always talking about, oh, college is going to be so tough for you next year, but we're trying to prepare you. So that's one of their main goals, is to really get you there.
I'm getting college preparatory education. I have college friends who tell me, hey, anything Ward says, that's how it goes in college. Just listen to it because Ward is preparing you really well.
If the Archdiocese is able to alleviate debt and secure a strong future for its high schools, it'll become possible to strengthen its ongoing commitment to help families with tuition assistance so their children can attend any of its Catholic secondary schools. Educating students is just part of the Archbishop's private appeal. $600,000 will help ignite the faith. The Faith, Love It, Learn It, Live It series is designed to reintroduce and renew our Catholic faith for each member of our Archdiocese.
Part of our challenges today is many of our adult Catholics have not been as well formed and well catechized in their faith as previous generations. And so I think this is really an opportunity to invite everyone in the Archdiocese to deepen their own friendship with Jesus Christ, to come to a greater friendship and greater intimacy with our Lord, to learn more about His bride, the Church, and to perhaps fill in some of the missing pieces in our own formation and catechesis.
The need is present. Catholic education in all its forms. We're asking you to prayerfully consider how you might help.
There are a lot of families that we are aware of that are very willing to make sacrifices in order for their kids to attend the Catholic schools. But sometimes they can't sacrifice enough. And what I think this campaign is helping those families make their sacrifices and have it be enough to enable their children to attend our schools. And for us to expand the kingdom, we need help with this debt, and we need to get rid of this debt so we can expand who we are to further reach out to other families.
You're helping support the sacred mission of the Catholic Church. That this school is so important to the Church and to its future, to its presence, but also its future, and also for the city. Because we need to develop leadership, well-formed, well-trained, and to get these kids ready for college to do something important with their lives.
We're growing in our faith, and we're becoming young adults, and we wouldn't be the same people without the Catholic education that we've received.
We have come up with a plan through the task force. We understand now what needs to be done to sustain these institutions and to move them forward. We want to grow. We want to grow a place like St. James Academy. They still have needs. Aquinas has needs. Bishop Ward has needs. Bishop Miege has needs. All the schools. Bishop Hayden. But they all have needs, and without the support of key donors, it's not going to get done.
By giving, they actually become part of some of the miracles that are taking place, I think, in those high schools on a daily basis. And they're helping young people that they may or may not know personally. They're helping them to come to know Jesus and to grow in their faith life and their love for the Lord, and to develop within themselves the virtues and the character that's really going to help them be great husbands, great wives, great citizens for our country, great parishioners for our churches, and hopefully some of them to be priests and consecrated religious sisters and brothers. And so every donor gets to be a part of that, making a difference in the lives of these young people.